Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about a subject that I think could be interesting, and it's about current RU. So the question is, should Lilligant be banned? So for those who don't follow RU or who don't exactly know how the meta is at the moment, let me present to you Lilligant. It's a Pokemon that has Hustle as its main trait, giving it a 1.5 boost, but making its accuracy 80%. So the stats are otherwise okay, nothing special. Bulk is pretty pitiful, and the attack is good, but not special if you don't have Hustle, and the speed is pretty good, but not something amazing. So, usually people, when there was still Wheezing Galar, stuff like that, like Zapdos Galar, they were running this set, which is Terrafire, Victory Dance, Close Combat, Leaf Blade, Ice Spinner. They were running Leaf Blade, for, the waters like Slowbro, Close Combat, Ice Spinner for stuff like Noivern, etc. And Terrafire to prevent being whisked from Wheezing Galar, as well as Talonflame. But the problem with this, in the previous metas, is that Wheezing Galar could still chip you with Rocky Helmet and Strange Team, and you were a Terra Hog basically, which means that you weren't as effective as you want to be in the current state. There was also Mamoswine, who was very popular, and mons like Volcanion, who could take a hit even at +1. So, what has changed? Basically, we had some shifts multiple times, and they all benefited Lilligant-Hisui. It went from pretty bad to pretty much incredible at the moment, and is one of the top tiers of RU, with the ban of Mamoswine, Volcanion, Gyarados as well, who is another sweeper, leaving Lilligant to be more Terra Hog and not needing to sacrifice its Terra for Gyarados, as well as Wheezing Galar and Zapdos Galar leaving. So, people started to innovate, and we've seen before when releasing and has left the field with Slitherwing, we saw this set, Choice Scarf, which is interesting. Like, you have Healing Wish support, you're faster than Jirachi, but it wasn't that common. It was pretty rare, and Lilligant wasn't seen that much still, because we still had Mamoswine at that point in time, etc. So it was pretty niche, but it has a niche, which is pretty much better than it had before, where it was severely outclassed by other fighting types. But we've seen in the more recent developments in the last few weeks, 3 sets who's popped off a lot. So, the first one and the main one is this one, the Terrafire Synthesis set. So basically, what you imagine is Victory Dance, Close Combat, Leaf Blade, and you're like, hold up, you can't touch Talonflame, you can't touch Noivern. And this is where this set really shines, is you can put some bulk, or you can go max attack. Like, the sets in the EVs are really like free to use. So I'll put max HP for the example. And basically you can live pretty much most hits, even special on the special side, that aren't super effective. And you can set up on those mods. So for example, if Noivern wants to click Draco Meteor because it doesn't run Hurricane very often, actually it's very, very rare that it runs Hurricane. It can run Super Fang, Psyno, or something like that. But you can just click Victory Dance, and then you can 2-hit KO. And we've seen this set, and we were like, okay, there is something, but it is still Leaf Blade. If you want to click Leaf Blade, you can Hard Talonflame, you can Flame Body, etc. But this is where another innovation came in, and it's Petal Blizzard. So Petal Blizzard was actually never seen before. People didn't use it at all, but people discovered that they didn't make contact, which is really huge. It means no Rocky Helmet, no Flame Body, etc. So this was a really huge innovation for Lilligant, and this set actually beats Talonflame, it beats Noivern, it beats so many mods that think they can beat it. So basically, this set was seen as one of the more problematics at the moment, and this is one of the sets that people complain the most. However, if it was only this set, people would be like, yeah, it's very good, but you know it's coming. However, Lilligant has developed 2 other sets in the last few weeks that can see as for some people as too much. The first one is a set that already existed that I didn't mention, but it was Terra Psychic. So basically, with Terra Psychic, you actually don't run this, you run Terra Blast and Petal Blizzard. And basically, your set is okay. What you want against Lilligant, one of the only counters to this is poison types. So you can imagine Terra Poison Slowbro, etc. Terra Poison Crook. But what you're gonna do is you Victory Dance on their switch, going to Slowbro, etc. And here, what they'll think is, oh, let me Terra Poison my Slowbro. And damn, you Terra Psychic and you one hit KO them, sorry. So yeah, that's a pretty much big thing that happened. It was an old set that we saw in the Weezing G meta, but you had to basically Terra to beat Weezing G every time, so it wasn't worth it. Now you have the option, and you can play on the uncertainty of this set or this set. Will I Terra Fire on Talonflame, and then you have to go Slowbro? And if you guess wrong, maybe you'll die to Terra Psychic, but you can't go Talonflame anymore because you never know. So yeah, this was what people were starting to get scared of. And then another set came in, and this set is evil. This is the most greedy set possible. You play Hustle without Wide Lens, which is pretty crazy. So basically the idea is, with loaded dice, you have 1 accuracy check, and you say, fuck it, we ball. You Victory Dance, and then Bullet Seed, 1 accuracy check, so 80%. But if you hit so hard, like, it's actually insane, while also having a move that's non-contact. Triple Axle is there for extra greed. That's what I saw played in STL even this week. And this means you have a 72% accurate first Triple Axle, but like with loaded dice, Bullet Seed and Triple Axle only check the first accuracy. So once you hit the first one, all of them hit. So yeah, this is pretty interesting set. So I put some games that we can see. So the first one is in SCL. All these replays will be from SCL, Smogon Champions League, the biggest tournament with low tiers on Smogon, and the most prestigious tour with RU in it. So we can see that it starts okay, Grimstall, okay, blah 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 blah, that doesn't interest us. And we see that Lilligant comes in on Empoleon. Empoleon doesn't want to take a close combat, and he's like, let me preserve, okay? I got a Talonflame to actually burn this or click Brave Bird. So what we're gonna see is, he goes Talonflame, he clicks Victory Dance, and he's like, okay, let me Victory Dance again. Now Brave Bird does 0 damage. And now he's in the bad spot because you can click Synth here, and yeah, this is now over. Like, there's nothing to do. You have to maybe get a crit, something like that, but he just goes for Victory Dance again. Now this is 100% over. You click Petal Blizzard, you need a miss basically, and yeah, he's gonna Synth, Petal Blizzard, Petal Blizzard, Petal Blizzard, Petal Blizzard, and Petal Blizzard. So you see, that was the first set in action. It's one of those sets where you're like, okay, that you can lose on this very quickly. And then we have the second set, which is here, between Fiend and High Jump Kick High Jump. So, it's an HO, you blah blah blah, it starts, okay, blah blah blah. And then, let's see, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay, Suicune, Suicune, Suicune. But we're interested in Lilligant. So Lilligant comes in on Suicune, a mon that doesn't threaten it. It can roar, but roar is risky because, well, if it clicks Petal Blizzard, you lost your Suicune, which is at the moment your win condition probably. So it switches in, trying to sacrifice Slowbro. He was right not to stay in to roar. And up, you can it's fine. You can just come in later. And up, you here, he was like, okay, let me go Talonflame. Let me, try and threaten that. And if it's Terra Psychics, then I'm in big trouble. But if it's Terrafire, what can I even do? Maybe go Slowbro, but that's it. So Victory Dance, Terra Psychic, but he doesn't KO. Okay, that was a very bad default, but he expected probably another set like Terrafire, and he panicked kinda. So here he goes, and yeah, here this is over. Terra Psychic does so much damage. You can just Toxic. He can't KO this because the Lilligants can actually tank some hits from defensive Pokemon, and then yeah, this is over. Yeah, you have to hope for a miss. Close combat, you do so much damage, and yeah, this is it. So this was the second set, and now the last set I was talking about. It's a battle between Flaboff and Spitfire Arcanine, or DJ Breluminati, on Smogon, for those familiar with him. And again, this starts, blah blah blah. Game is going fine. It's going kinda even. You see, it's 44. We have some plays, and this is it. So Lilligant comes in on the Bisharp, and it just clicks Victory Dance, and he's like, oh nah, let me keep my Bisharp, because it's loaded die, and he sees that it's loaded dice. So he's like, let me save my Bisharp, which is a fine play. But he clicks on it again. Bullet Seed KOs, and then Triple Axle does so much damage. It would have KO'd basically. The crit didn't matter. And he's trying desperately to find, but this is the set with close combat, because there's flexibility. You can run on this set. You can run close combat, or you can run Synthesis. So yeah, this was it. And you see that all these were in the last 3 weeks of STL. So, and STL is a 10-week tour. So innovation is going really fast for this mon. So, should it be banned? That is the question. And for me personally, it's too early. Okay, the innovation has started in 3 weeks, and we know that for every innovation there's counter innovation, and for that you have to wait. So basically, we have started to see pop off some sets, like we can think of Talonflame, which has started to run this set. But instead of running U-turn, you run Taunt, and you can beat Bisharp, you can beat Lilligant, it can't set up on you anymore, etc. We have also see Armor use more, because it naturally checks all of Lilligant's stabs, even Terra Psychic, so you can take every hit very comfortably, because it has a good HP, and actually do some nice damage to it. If it's Terra Psychic, it can even KO. And you can beat it with Calm Mind. You have weak armor to boost your speed, so you can actually beat it in the 1v1. So yeah, you can hard switch on it, so it's a soft check. We have seen some rises. We have seen Empoleon with Terra Ghost and Bulky to actually, if it's Terra Fire, so it can actually kind of mitigate close combat and KO it. So we have also seen a bit of Chestnut, which can knock off the Wise Glasses and then click Body Press. It's not the best, but with but you can Rocky Helmet, you can kind of chip it, put it in range of priority. And if it Terrafires, you have Crawlon who can Aqua Jets. If it Terra Psychic, you have the Bisharp who can Sucker Punch. So yeah, there is some counterplay at the moment, but for now it's kind of flimsy. And what we see is that Lilligant is very restrictive at the moment in team building, but we have to wait until innovation is done to counter it. And if we don't see innovation that comes out, then yeah, maybe Lilligant is broken, and then I think a suspect test is needed. And if it's broken and we still don't see innovation, I will vote ban. But at the moment, if it was the case, I wouldn't vote ban. So yeah, that's it. I think we have talked about it. We can also say that Lilligant is mostly an HO mon, an offense mon. It's mostly seen on those two where it really strive, but maybe we'll see on more bulky teams as a mon that can clean up late game once hazards go up with stack hazards, so for example. So I'm very excited to see what's going on. It's always a pleasure to see an SCL. We'll follow through, and later I'll make another video about the other mon that has a lot of complaints, and I won't spoil it for now. But yeah, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe. Also, I've bought a new mic. I hope you guys enjoy the better quality. I heard that people were saying the videos can be nice, but the mic quality is really bad. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's buy a new mic. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good one, people. See you on the next time. Peace!